Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I have a guide on all the new Agents of Sabotage missions. So I uploaded a walkthrough of these missions a couple days ago, but on this video we are going to be focusing on the missions themselves, and I will be going through them and explaining the best way and quickest way to get through them, and on top of that, how to complete all of the bonus objectives. I'll show you that as well. So we're starting off with the black box file here, and we're doing the hacking device. And I recommend to use the Sparrow for this. You need the Kasatka in order to use the Sparrow, but you can spawn the Sparrow regardless if you're a CE or MC, but you do need to be a CE or MC to do these missions. And Sparrow is super fast, one of the fastest helicopters in the game, and on top of that, it can just fire infinite missiles with no cooldown, which just makes it so useful. So when we do the hacking device, I noticed these were in two areas. There's one that kind of spawns at the docks south of Davis, and then there's also one that actually spawns right next to Simeon's dealership. We're doing the one right next to Simeon's dealership, but this mission is extremely simple. Just fly on over with the Sparrow, kill a bunch of these enemies to spam your missiles, and the hacking device is going to be on a table. Just try to find the table, run up to it, pick it up, and then all you basically gotta do is get out of there. Now we're just going to the control tower. Now this is one mistake that people make on this mission, is what people tend to do is they tend to climb the ladders, which I started doing this at first, but then I was like, why exactly? Because instead you could just parachute out. You could just save yourself a bunch of time and parachute out. And if you use something like a Sparrow, you're gonna have to wait a 2-minute cooldown, but if you're in a CEO, you can just call back a buzzard. And this part here is extremely important. It is easy to land on the control tower with the parachute. I've done it multiple times. I haven't actually failed doing it yet. What you gotta do is do exactly what I'm doing. Angle the parachute so right at this corner. So like right when you're at this corner, you'll be fine. It'll cut your parachute, but if you angle it right at this corner, you'll be fine. What people tend to do is they parachute right over the dish, and then they get hooked onto the parachute and they get thrown off the tower. What you want to do is just angle the parachute, and so hover over the tower right at the corner. Don't hover over the tower from the very top, from the middle. Hover at an angle from the corner. I will show you guys this one more time here. When you're deploying the parachute, go in this corner right here. That's what you want to do. It'll cut your parachute, so don't freak out, but if you angle it correctly, you'll get thrown on top of the tower, and this will actually save you probably like 2 or 3 minutes climbing all of those ladders, because there's a series of ladders up there. But again, do not parachute from the very top, so like don't go center down on top of the tower, because then the dish can actually throw you off, because it's constantly spinning and it can actually push you off and throw you off the tower. If you go at it from the corner, you'll be fine. Now, thankfully, there actually is a second parachute up here. You grab that second parachute and you just jump right off. Don't bother with the ladders. It's going to take you longer, and then we're just going to run towards the street. Now, we're going to have to wait, a 2-minute cooldown the Sparrow, but if you're in a CEO, you can basically just spawn your buzzard, and we can start going towards the next mission here. The next mission is sonar equipment. Sonar equipment is the easiest mission in this entire mini heist. And sonar equipment, you're just gonna fly around with your helicopter again and look for a tugboat. It's gonna be very easy to spot in the area. It's gonna be in the water, and just kill all the enemies with a bunch of missiles. Run on this kind of like wooden plank, and then just pick up the sonar equipment right in the storage box at the front of the ship. And if you have this location that I have right here, use this ladder specifically to get up. And what you're going to want to do is go right through here. You can kind of aim your gun if you want to, if you're scared that you're going to fall off. And the reason you want to do that is because it'll actually trick the AI into spawning right behind the fence, and then they won't know how to get you, or they'll have to take some time. Just get right back in your helicopter and just fly right back to the garment factory, and that's it. That mission is done. It's completed. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing the weaponized aircraft, which is the Tulla mission. And these I've noticed can spawn in 2 locations. This can spawn all the way at the very bottom of the map near terminal, or it can actually spawn across from Chumash. And so just fly over here with your helicopter, kill a bunch of these guys, use your missiles, and I actually hit the Tulla with 1 missile, so I don't think it's going to explode if you do fire a bunch of missiles at the barge. But then afterwards, what you want to do is get into the Tulla and just start up the engine so it spawns the enemies, because it's going to spawn 6 helicopters to go after you. It's going to spawn 5 buzzards and 1 Valkyrie helicopter. What I recommend doing at this point is use an explosive sniper. Explosive snipers have really good range. I don't know why more people don't use the explosive sniper. It's probably because it only carries 40 rounds, but I find it extremely useful for missions like this. And you can just see I was able to get rid of these helicopters easily. You can blow them up with a tunnel pretty quickly as well, but I would just like to use explosive sniper and just get rid of them. On the second wave of helicopters, I'm going to focus on the Valkyrie first because it has those miniguns. Want to get rid of them. And then just get rid of all of the helicopters. Once you get rid of all 6, get back into Tulla. Now, what you can do at this point is just angle your Tulla, just so you're not right in the way of the crates, and use the JTOW boost. You can use your JTOW boost. You would use this with the right stick, and you just hit it. It'll give you a massive boost, and just start flying towards the airport. And that's pretty much it for the mission. And I recommend to land right here at the airport. This is the closest gate right next to the road. Easiest way to access it when you're doing the finale. And that's pretty much it there. Now we're going to be doing the finale. Here we are doing the finale, and we are just going to make our way towards the airport. We go towards the LSIA control tower. And also, I don't think that you can actually spawn helicopters like the Buzzard during this mission, during the finales, but the reason I was able to have it out was because I had it spawn on the street before I actually started up the mission. So what we do now is we go towards the tower, and we activate the hack. Now, when we activate the hack, this is going to be the exact same hack that's in Doomsday Heist. It might seem complicated at first, but it's actually very easy and straightforward. So what you have to do is you have to connect these lines to the correct nodes. And what I like to do is I like to connect them evenly, like this. Just look at this, evenly, all 4 of them, opposite across from each other. The reason I do that is because chances are one of these nodes has an even connection. And that'll actually help me narrow it down. And even if there isn't one that has an even connection, well, I will know at that point that every single node connects to a different one. There isn't one with a straight line directly. So on this part, I actually got lucky, and all 4 were actually like this, evenly connected. Let me show you a second hack. So doing a second hack right here, I connected all 4 of them again, evenly. And what happened? None of them actually connected. So now I know that there can't be one that can be connected evenly. So what I'm doing is I'm connecting them like this. And again, that didn't work out. And so I was right on 2 of them, and I just gotta switch these other 2 right here. So that's basically my trick, is I just connect all 4 of them evenly, and then afterwards, I just see which goes where. Okay, so now we're getting into the Tulla here. And when you catch up to the aircraft, when you catch up to the big cargo plane, I recommend to use the JTOW boost as much as possible, just so you can gain altitude as fast as possible. Get up there. Get rid of the buzzards quickly, just so we don't have to deal with them. I'm just going to blow them up right away. I like to go into first-person mode if I'm going after them. It just makes it a little easier. Go into hover mode, get rid of them. We don't have to deal with those helicopters. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be shooting down the engines. Now for the bonus in this mission, you have to shoot down all 4 engines. Now the game is going to let you progress if you shoot down 3 engines, but you have to shoot down 4 engines in order to get the bonus. Now after you shoot down the 4 engines and you do the hack, what's going to happen is your Tulla is going to start smoking. Don't worry, that's supposed to happen. It just happens by default. Now, the objective is going to tell you to follow the plane. Don't bother following the plane. Don't follow it because it's going to just waste your time. You can actually save a few minutes just by starting going towards the Alamo Sea. Don't worry, you won't lose the plane. You won't fail the mission. It's basically going to teleport to the Alamo Sea before you can even get there. It's just like that. This triggers a cutscene. You're going to have 2 fighter jets that are going to chase after you, but don't worry about this. What I would recommend doing is just keep gaining altitude. Keep flying up. And it's actually going to make it harder for the fighter jets to go after you. And then once you actually get like halfway towards the Alamo Sea, the fighter jets will break off. And that'll be it for them. Now what's going to happen is you're going to see this small little cutscene where the cargo plane crashes. And this is going to be basically the exact same animation that's from the minor turbulence mission in the single player. So what we're going to do is we're going to activate the sonar. We're diving down here. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking for 3 pickups. The dark gray pickups are the bonus pickups, and then the white one is your main objective, the black box. So pick up the 2 dark gray ones, get those, that's the second bonus objective. Then what we're going to be doing is putting a charge on this, and I guess you could probably put a charge on it and wait for that to blow up while you get the other ones to save a little bit more time. Well, we got the black box. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting into a boat with Pavel's guy. And this is the part where most people failed their bonus objectives at this point. But the best way to actually get the bonus objective complete is do not get in the turret, because there's going to be such a bumpy ride. It's actually going to be hard for you to hit any enemies, and you cannot shoot enemies behind you when you are on that turret. Get in the back, open up your snack menu, just so you have that ready. And I recommend to use the compact rifle. It's an assault rifle. And this rifle has a 100 round drum if you upgrade it, and it also has great range and great damage. Now, playing an auto-aim server, I know people are going to be surprised to hear me say that, but we're going for the quickest way to do this. I normally play in free aim, but if you want the bonus objective, this is the easiest way to get it. Use the compact rifle and just look for the SUVs on the beach. When you're crossing, you will see them pretty quickly, and just try to headshot these FIB agents. Just headshot them as quickly as you can, and you will easily complete the third objective, which is to kill 5 enemies on the escape. You can also shoot at the helicopters chasing you from the back, but I just like to focus everything on the guys in the beaches. Just headshot them with the compact rifle. Easiest thing. And then what we do is we just get right back up here, talk to the guy, and that's it. Mission is completed. All 5 bonus objectives complete. Okay, so now we're doing the next one, and we are doing the fine art file. This one's actually much easier than the black box one. So we go over here, and this location, I've had this spawn in 2 locations. I've had it spawn at LSIA, and I've also had it spawn at that at factory area in the countryside where actually Michael dies in the campaign. But anyways, fly over here, and you just kill a bunch of the enemies. Just use your missiles from your Sparrow, and you're gonna have to shoot a little latch on a little crane control car, but my explosion from the Sparrow actually destroyed the latch, but the latch would be right here. And we just open up the crate, we grab the EMP charges, and we just take it back to the garment factory. Extremely simple and easy mission. Next one we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing the transportation, the approach vehicle. This one's a little bit more complicated, but not too bad either. We go towards LSIA, kill a bunch of these guys here. You can actually save a little bit of time, I guess, just by parachuting on top of the staircase, but just watch out for the guy in the hallway. And once we're in here, just take out as many of these guys as possible. Just shoot them from up here, lock onto them, shoot their heads, a lot easier. Take out the security controls. There's a few on the top platform and a few on the lower platform, but you just need to shoot them once, and then we just go back down. Now, there's a few helicopters that you can choose from. Most of these helicopters are good. I would say just do not choose the Maverick, which would probably be the slowest helicopter out of all of them. But I like the Canada. I just like this one because it's fast and it gains altitude really quickly. And once you actually get into it, you'll actually be teleported outside, so you don't need to kill all the enemies in the hangar. So if you just want to avoid a bunch of the enemies, you can just run to the helicopter really quickly with your snacks, get in, and just fly away. Now what we're going to be doing is going to be landing on a random rooftop right next to the garment factory, and then just leave it, go down, and that's it. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing the facial recognition. This mission, you're going to be going to an alley, kill a bunch of these guys. I fired missiles at them. Just careful not to hit the car directly. I'm not sure whether the car can actually be blown up, but I don't want to try that. But take the device from there, and then what we're going to be doing is take the helicopter, fly on the rooftop where the surveillance position is from. It'll save you actually a few minutes because instead of actually climbing the ladder or climbing the fire escape. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be looking for this guy. Now, this guy spawns in a few different locations. I've had him spawn on top of this roof right at the very top here. Other times I've had him actually spawn on the side balcony. But both attempts that I've done it, he's actually wearing a red shirt. So just look for a guy in a red shirt and then just scan his face. And that's about it. It's done. Okay, now what we are going to be doing is we're doing the finale, and the finale is pretty easy. Land on this rooftop, and once we're on this rooftop, wait until this guard turns, knock him out. After we knock him out, we're going to want to do this hack in 60 seconds that is actually part of the bonus objective, and this hack might seem complicated at first, but it's actually very easy. All you basically have to do is to hook up the lines, and this is probably going to be different every single time, but the very first one, just hook it up, and then after that, just follow the pattern and just follow the line and just match it with each one. So just leave it paused here for a second so you can just see. You just match it. The first one, whatever it's connected to, you connect the line directly to the start of the grid. And then that's it. Just move it off and just move each part so that the line follows. And you want to follow the line towards the very end, towards the final grid. And that's about it. We got in it. We can also see a timer up on the screen there, which is 60 seconds, so you'll be able to actually keep track of that as well. Now, once we're in here, we cannot get detected in this part of the mission. Shoot this guy in the back of the head. This guy, you can just run up to him and melee him. After that, you are going to have to plant 3 EMP charges. Then we go here. This guy, you can actually melee or shoot him. I just meleeed him. These 2 guys, Headshot them. Go really quickly for it. Use an automatic weapon. I'm using the combat PDW, which is a default suppressed weapon. Then the EMP device is going to be activated. This first guy you can take out quickly. The second guy and third guy, just go for headshots. These guys will spot you no matter what in this part, so don't feel like you did something wrong. It's perfectly fine. And the penthouse switch is on this table right here on the right wall. Now, I'm not sure whether this moves. I've done this mission like 3 or 4 times, and every single time it's always this table. So if this table moves towards anywhere else, if the switch appears randomly anywhere else, please let me know in the comments, guys. But I've done this mission a bunch of times, and I've always found it to be on this table. But then afterwards, it opens up that bookcase, and we're going to go in here and do this hack. And this is the fingerprint scanner. This is actually the exact same from Cayo Perico. Now, to do this one, it's actually fairly easy. It's not complicated at all. If you're unsure about the pattern of the fingerprint, what you can do is you can time it. So every single fingerprint from the very top to the bottom is in order. So the very top one is the first one, the second one is the second one, third one is the third one. So basically, you would just go down to the part of the fingerprint. Like here, I had the third one, and I just basically scrolled through it. I went to the third fingerprint, and then the fourth one, I noticed that it was a bit off. I just scanned through that really quickly. And the second one, see here, I just basically went from top to bottom. I counted down, so on the second line, I went from top, counted the second one, and then went to this one, counted third, went to this one, counted fourth, and then went to that one and 5. And that's about it. So basically, just count the fingerprints from top to bottom, and look at the line that you're on, and it's very easy. Now, for this part, smash the glass on the left and the right side first, because if you grab the egg, it's going to activate the gas. And then you grab the egg at the very end. That's about it. We have basically completed all the objectives at this point, which is to get the glass contents, complete the first hack in 60 seconds, and to enter the penthouse stealth. Like to use an explosive sniper here. Kills these guys pretty quickly. And when I'm taking a getaway car, I take the Prokect on this part. I just find it easy to use. Fast vehicle, and just drive. And as long as you don't crash, the enemies should not be able to catch up to you. And we just deliver right here. And there we go. All bonus objectives have been complete. Okay, now we are on to the third heist, and this is the Project Breakaway file. The first one that we're doing here is we're doing mobile tracking, and on this mission, we just basically go to a van, and we take control of an RC Bandito. Now, I will say this at the start right here, is that check the map and see which one is moving, because you're going to have 3 locations that you can go to. Go to the one that's moving. The reason is because the moving truck is easier to hack into, because you get right behind them and they won't see you. However, though, if you go to the parked one, it's very easy for your RC Bandito to get spotted, and then you can fail. So make sure you look for the one that's moving. Additionally, the RC Bandito can actually get stuck very easily in the truck, as you saw it happen to me right here. So make sure you're just very careful and precise with that. But when you start up the hack, make sure you keep moving, because if you get out of the orb for a second, it'll reset the hack. So make sure that you're constantly right next to the truck. It might be better to wait until it's at a red light. It'll be a lot easier to hack at that point. But then just drive up the ramp, fall into the back crate right here, and then at that point, just drive away, and you're good. You're all set for that mission. Next mission here is we're going to be doing thermal charges. Thermal charges, we're going to be going to a post-op depot, and this is kind of a weird mission because you can actually do this stealth, so you can just sneak right past the guards. It's always going to be kind of like this little small, like little office building, and you basically just look for the post-op paper. You look at it and clipboard, you take a picture of it, and you walk away, and you can complete this part without killing anyone. At that point, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going to the warehouse. We get to the warehouse, we a bunch of SecuroServe outside, blow them up, kill them really quick. This part's very easy, not that big of a building. kill all these guys, and what we're going to be doing is looking for a green case. So if you see the green case, that is the thermal charges. I've had this spawn on the table before, and I've had this spawn on the shelf, but very easy to find that, and we just take that back to the garment factory, and that's it. Now we're going to be doing the encryption bypass. For the encryption bypass, we're going to be going to the FIB agent's apartment, and we're going to be looking for this little panel on the wall. It's spawned in 2 different locations for me, but it's very easy to see. It's always this little, like, black and blue panel right here. Go to that. Once we do the hack is going to be that same thing that we had in the contact mission since day 1, and you just basically line this up with the line. Hit the X button when you think it's going to be right in the center of the line. Time it right. Finish that. Go down here, kill these guys, steal the malware, and then just get into the helicopter, because getting into the helicopter is going to save you more of a headache, because this guy drives really pretty fast, and he can be a bit annoying. Blow him up with the helicopter, take the picture, and that's it. That is pretty much it for those missions. Now we're going to be doing the finale. And again, for people wondering how I spawned a buzzard here, the buzzard was already spawned outside of the garment factory before the mission. What we do, fly over here, and I don't think this spawns in a different location. I've had this spawn in the exact same location every time, so it's over here. Unless it changes, let me know in the comments. So for this mission, one of the bonus objectives is we need 15 headshots, and this is why I recommend auto-aim also. Normally don't play on auto-aim, I play in free aim, but again, to get bonus objectives we're recommending auto-aim in this part. And I don't recommend counting the amount of headshots that you get. Just keep killing every single enemy with a headshot, and you're not going to go crazy. But kill all of them with headshots, and then afterwards we're hacking into the RC Bandito. We're going to try to take out the gas here, and this can be a little bit annoying to find, but it's going to be the canister with the red arrow on top. So you'll see a big red arrow on it, and you'll know that that's it. Blow that up. Headshot these guys here. Go right here, plug in the malware, and do the hack. Now for this hack, you are basically going to have to choose 5 right letters, and this is always going to spawn a word, so it's not going to be some random letters, it's always going to be some kind of word. So if you can figure out the word, you can figure it out pretty quickly. Here it was dough. I noticed for the military one, the brute force one, it's usually military terms, but if you get a right letter, you'll get a green, and at that point I kind of figured out it was dough. Put that in. We got that, and while this is hacking, you're going to have a bunch of enemies that are going to come in. Just keep headshotting everyone. We go for those 15 headshots. Now, once that's hacked, what we're going to be doing is we're going to look through the cages and see if there's a table of stuff that you can take on it. There are 2 bonus tables. We need that for the bonus objective. And then there's also 1 table with the hard drives on it. So as long as you find those 3 tables, you're good. So I was just planning charges on the ones with the tables on them. I get these right here. Server blades, got them. Black books, I got them. And now I find the hard drives. I got those. Now all we're doing is we're just getting out here. And there's going to be a bunch of enemies. You can use explosives. But again, I'm going strictly for headshots here, because I want to make sure I get the 15 headshots. And also, the first objective at the start was to locate Project Breakaway in 5 minutes, which is not difficult at all. It's very easy. Just follow this guide and you're good. And I had the helicopter from previously, so I'm just flying over here. Deliver. And that is pretty much it. We got a bonus objective, locate Project Breakaway in 5 minutes. That's with the Trackify. Get 15 headshots, and recover the black books and the server blades. And there we go. Bonus objective done. And the final heist that we have here is a brute force file. This is the priority heist, which pays you over 300,000, and you can only do this once a week, which is also why I included it at the end, because most people probably had completed it by now. But if you hadn't, here it is for you. And this mission, this is probably the most complicated one of all of them, but the finale has one part that can be a bit annoying. And I also want to thank my friend Lukash for also hosting this heist here and inviting me and helping me to record this. But anyways, we're going to be getting the armor, the very first mission, and fly over here, blow all these guys up right out here. Then we're going to go inside, and in here, just kill all the enemies. And after you kill all the enemies, just check the trunks, and one of them you'll find a bunch of boxes, and that will be the armors. And once you get that, you basically just drive right back to the garment factory. You will have night sharks and other, armored vehicles chasing you. My friend Lukash was actually protecting me. But drive over here, and that's it. You're pretty much done with the first mission. Now, second mission, infiltration equipment. This is kind of similar to the last mission, actually. You fly over to a warehouse, blow up a bunch of the enemies, kill them outside, and, pick up the card, go inside. Once you're in here, kill as many enemies as possible. And if you're going to get a vehicle, get the Mesa. This is the vehicle that you want. Do not get any other vehicles because it's going to make the final objective, much more difficult and much more annoying. This vehicle is agile and it's pretty quick. It's that vehicle that Merryweather would always drive around in. Now we just drive right back to the warehouse. And, my friend Lucas was protecting me in the helicopter. And that's it. That is done. Second mission is finished. Now what we're going to be doing is this next mission, the weird thing about this mission is it gives you a waypoint instead to the music locker, and it does not appear on your associate's map. So, your associates will not be able to see the picture, but this mission is weird because you don't even need to, no killing or stealing or anything. You just need to find a guy, in the club who will basically give you a case. But anyways, about the guy is he's wearing a gray shirt and a black hat. He's never on the dance floor from what I've seen. He spawns in actually 2 locations. He spawns on the second floor, on the right side, right before the spiral staircase, right above the DJs also. He will be here, and then also the other location that he could also spawn is he can spawn downstairs as you're going right towards the bathrooms. But basically just pick that up from him, and that's it. Like I said, it's a very weird mission. It just does not appear as an icon. It doesn't appear on your map. You have to just go there to the music locker and just pick that up. Now what we're doing is the finale. Now for the finale, you have to reach the base within 5 minutes, and if you're using the Mesa, it's not a problem. You don't have to stress over this. You don't have to take some crazy, ridiculous route. Just take the GPS route. Take the GPS route through Vinewood Hills. As long as you don't crash and you just keep going at decent speed, you'll make it. It's not a big deal. The 5 minutes is not that bad. So when we get to the base here, get out, show the officer here the card. Then we're just going to go in here, and we're going to be going inside the base. Now, on this part here, I am not going to be speeding this up. I'm actually just going to show you guys the route right now to go through. So, do not kill any of these guards. Don't kill them in here, because if you kill any of these guards, you're going to get spotted. So, don't kill any of them. Just follow this route exactly. Do this. Run across here. First room. On the right side, get behind the pyro. Then cut right through here. Keep following the right side. Get behind the next pyro. And now, get in the second room. Now in the second room, it's a little complicated. These guards are in some ridiculous positions. But here's what you're going to do. Follow the left side of the room, right near the Molotov. Then when you get near the Molotov's nose, right here, cut across the room. Get across, get on the right side, and just hug the wall at this point. Move in here. Now we're in the third room. Now the third room at this point, go left side right here. Follow this green crate so he doesn't see you at this angle. Go around right here. Go through here, and you'll be good. Now, there's going to be one guard down this hallway. This guy you can just kill. Just make sure you use a suppressed weapon. Go for a headshot. You'll be fine. Get rid of him. It's going to make it so much easier. And you can actually pick up a minigun in this room to your left. And there we go, we got that. Okay, now we're going down the hallway here. You can sprint right down here. There's no enemies. This part here, this is the most annoying part of the heist. I've done this heist like 4 times, and I've actually failed the stealth objective 3 times. This is the part where I passed it. But basically, to pass this point, and I want to thank also GTA series for covering this. I learned this trick from GTA series. I'll link his video also in the description. This is the only part I couldn't figure out. It was pissing me off. But basically, these guys don't appear on your map. And if you run out here, even if you shoot these guys in the head, you'll get an alarm, and it'll fail the stealth objective. Now, you get an alarm by default at the end, but if you kill these guys really quickly here, you can also fail the objective. So wait around this corner. You see that guy that just moved up right there. Wait until that guy turns around. So wait until he turns around. Once that guy turns around, what you're going to do, pop this guy, kill this guy, shoot this guy right in the head, and then what you're going to do is just wait for that guy to come back. Now, this is very important because if you sometimes if you run down that room and they spot you, it'll actually fail the bonus objective to go stealth. I don't know why it is, but the safest way to do this is you are just going to wait for that guy to come back. Don't worry about him seeing the body. It's not going to raise an alarm. Now, once he comes right back down here, shoot him in the head. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go right here. And don't panic. At this point, the alarm is going to go off, but you should be fine. And there's going to be a juggernaut back there. And you could just use the minigun to get rid of him, but just be careful because he will shred your health really quickly. See, like right here, this? Nearly died. Snack up. And just keep firing minigun. And that's it. We are pretty much good at that point. Now what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be doing the final hack. And again, this is the exact same as in the previous heist. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be trying to figure out what the word is. And it's like I said, it's going to be some kind of military word. In this part, this word was major. One of the words that I had flanks, or flank. That was one of the words I had also, which is another military term. But I figured out pretty quickly when I saw that R that it's going to be major. Put it in. And we got it, major. There we go. Now, we don't really have to worry about any more enemies. If you're doing this heist with 4 players, you can have 2 players take the insurgent pickup with the gun. But make sure you let the Scarab blow up 5 vehicles. So this is the final objective now, is we have to blow up 5 vehicles. And you can blow up one of these vehicles out here. I'm not sure whether this one counts, but if you just want to be safe and just blow up this vehicle out here, you can do that too. Now let's go through the tunnel. In the tunnel, there will actually be 2 enemies. Blow them up. That's about 3. Go here. But I'm not sure if an empty vehicle counts, so I just wanted to blow up a few more. And I just blew up all the others. So all the red enemies that were just spawning right there, I just blew them up. Now I'm driving away. Now at this point, do not fire your gun, even when the enemies are chasing you. The reason you don't want to fire your gun on the highway is because police will actually spawn, and police will go after you, and it just complicates this heist and just makes it more annoying. So once you blow up those 5 vehicles, you arrive at the base in 5 minutes, and you complete that section stealth. You will complete the bonus objectives. But remember what I said, that final room with those 2 guys around that corner, if you run out there and they spot you, it is over. It is going to fail the stealth objective, so make sure you do what I did right there. Wait until that guy turns around, shoot that first guy that doesn't move, and then wait till he comes back, shoot the other guy, and then that's it. And that's pretty much the guide for this. I hope this guide has helped people out. Overall, I kind of enjoy these missions. It's definitely a better update than the San Andreas Mercenaries when it comes to the story. So I kind of did enjoy these mini heists, and it was nice having Pavel back. But thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions about these heists, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.